Captain Jake Morrison stood on the bridge of the UES Phoenix, his weathered hands gripping the command rail as he stared at the view screen. The massive alien vessel hung in space like a metallic storm cloud, its hull black as the void between stars. For 3 days it had remained motionless at the edge of human space, neither responding to communication attempts nor making any aggressive moves. "Sir, the Council is demanding answers," reported Lieutenant Amy Bell, her voice tight, with nervous energy. "They want to know why we haven't engaged yet." Jake turned to face his communications officer. The young woman had barely seen combat, unlike most of his crew who bore the scars of humanity's expansion into the galaxy. "Because, Lieutenant, sometimes patience reveals more than plasma cannons." The alien ship was unlike anything in their databases, where most known species built vessels with flowing curves or geometric precision. This craft appeared deliberately menacing. Jagged protrusions jutted from its hull like the spines of some deep-sea predator, and sections of its armor seemed to shift and ripple as if alive. "Captain," called out Commander Tom Walsh from the tactical station, "I'm detecting movement within their ship, multiple large signatures moving through what appears to be their main corridor." Jake nodded grimly. 3 months ago, humanity had made first contact with the Galactic Council, a confederation of 7 alien species that controlled most of the known galaxy. The humans had expected wonder, perhaps even friendship. Instead, they found condescension and barely concealed contempt. The Council species viewed humans as primitives, barely evolved from their home world. They possessed superior technology, longer lifespans, and what they considered more refined cultures. Humanity was offered membership, but only as a servant species, relegated to manual labor and resource extraction under the guidance of their betters. Most human colonies had reluctantly accepted. Earth needed the advanced technology to survive in a hostile galaxy. But Jake and his crew represented the stubborn few who refused to bow. "Sir, incoming transmission," announced Lieutenant Bell. "It's not from the alien vessel, it's from Earth Command." "Put it through." Admiral Roberts' stern face filled the secondary screen. "Captain Morrison, you are ordered to withdraw immediately. The Council has made it clear that any hostile action against their enforcement vessel will result in severe consequences for all human settlements." "Enforcement vessel?" Jake raised an eyebrow. "So they finally showed their true colors." "Captain, this is not the time for heroics. Return to base immediately." Jake cut the transmission and turned to his crew. 23 men and women who had volunteered for what many considered a suicide mission. They could have lived comfortable lives under alien protection, but they chose to stand guard at the frontier of human independence. "Helmsman Davis, move us to intercept course," Jake ordered. "Sir, are you sure about this?" asked Commander Walsh. "That ship is easily 3 times our size." Jake smiled grimly. "Tom, in all your years studying alien technology, what's the one thing they all have in common?" The tactical officer thought for a moment. "They're efficient. Everything serves multiple purposes. No wasted space or energy." "Exactly. They build ships like they think. Logically, efficiently, predictably." Jake pointed at the menacing vessel on screen. "But humans were different. We're wasteful, chaotic, and unpredictable. We build weapons that are too powerful and ships that are too fast because we like the challenge." The Phoenix accelerated toward the alien ship, its human-designed engines pushing it to speeds that would make Council engineers shake their heads in disapproval. The ship had been built in secret at the outer colonies, incorporating human innovation with stolen Council technology. "They're powering weapons," reported Walsh. "Energy signatures are off the charts." "Let them," Jake replied calmly. "Amy, open all channels. Broadcast on every frequency." "Channel open, sir." Jake took a deep breath. "This is Captain Jake Morrison of the United Earthship Phoenix. To all Council species monitoring this transmission, know this. Humanity does not kneel. We will not serve as your laborers or accept your scraps of technology. We choose to stand free even if we stand alone." The alien vessel fired first, massive energy beams lancing across space. But the Phoenix danced between them with an agility that defied its size. Human pilots had learned to fly in Earth's chaotic atmosphere, dodging storms and navigating through debris fields that would challenge any computer. "Return fire," Jake commanded. The Phoenix unleashed its payload, not the elegant energy weapons preferred by Council species, but crude, powerful kinetic projectiles accelerated to incredible speeds. The alien ship's shields, designed to deflect energy attacks, offered little protection against chunks of dense metal, moving at significant fractions of light speed. The dark vessel shuddered under the impact, its menacing hull cracking along, several stress points, but it was far from defeated. "Sir, they're launching fighters," called out Walsh. Dozens of sleek alien fighters poured from the enemy vessel like angry insects. But as they closed distance, they met Phoenix's escort, modified, human mining ships, their industrial equipment converted into improvised weapons. The aliens flew in perfect formations, executing textbook maneuvers. The humans flew like madmen, using techniques no academy would teach and tactics no computer would calculate. One by one, the alien fighters fell to human unpredictability. The dark vessel, damaged and alone, finally responded to human communication attempts. "Human vessel," came the translated alien voice. "You fight with no honor, no strategy, no purpose other than destruction." Jake smiled as he replied, "That's where you're wrong. We fight with the most important purpose of all, freedom." The Phoenix fired one final salvo, and the dark, menacing vessel, symbol of Council authority, broke apart in the cold vacuum of space. Jake knew this victory would bring consequences. The Council would respond with overwhelming force. But today, humanity had proven something important. They could not be easily conquered or cowed. As news of the battle spread across human space, colonists began to remember what they had once been. Not servants, but explorers. Not subjects, but free people who had reached for the stars. The dark vessel was destroyed, but its legacy lived on. In the fires of that battle, human resistance was truly born.